All right, in this video, I'm going to make these two landscape rocks here. Starting out with a box, and I taped it to where it would stay shut, because what I'm about to do is going to be hammering on it a little bit. So I just take two of the corners to start out with, because these are going to be my lower side of the rock. And I'm basically just going to knock them in a little, just to give it a little, and this core will give us structure. It won't sag and collapse as much, but that's the beginning of it right there. Okay, I've just mixed up an S-type cement, which means it has the lime. It's a pre-mixed mortar that I got from Lowe's. I've made it up to where it's, you know, the old days of sticking a trowel and putting it upside down to where the mud stays on it. That's kind of a viscosity test, and that's just perfect. So what I'm going to do is just to give this, because right now it's not screwed, in order to make it stay on the table better, or if you're in the ground, if you go around the perimeter with just a throw of mud, it kind of stabilizes it, it won't move. Okay, it's been 12 hours since I mudded these. Yesterday, it's now morning, and it's about 40 degrees out. I think our high is going to be about 54. That's what it was yesterday. Not real high temperatures, ambient temperatures to be making mud and get it to cure in a short period of time. But I got to say this, even with the retarded cure rate that we're experiencing, this is a tough rock today. 1/3 of an inch coat of regular mortar, no additives to strengthen it, to help it cure. No, this is structural today. I could actually texture this and be done with it. That's not my intent. My intent is to put another coat of mesh on there with the mud. I'm going to have then 2 3/8. Now I'm at 3/4 of an inch. But I'm going to turn these over and show you that they're structural right now. 12 hours later, that's ridiculous, okay? Cement does not receive its strength for 75% at 7 days. This is not even a full 24 hours yet, and I'm confident that I can move this. And I don't fear it breaking. It could, if I was thin. I'm actually gonna tip it that way. But right now, again, I got a good inch all the way around. In some areas it looks like I'm 2 inches, but I don't care about that. I used 40 pounds of mix on this. It's a 40-pound rock, and today it's structural. I'm gonna put another coat on it. Okay, so this rock is still wet from coating it with the second coat with the mesh. But I can still, what I want to do is I want to come in here, and I guess from the side view, I want to make this kind of a rounded effect. And what I've mixed up is an S-type cement, no sand, and some styrofoam beads, which is a styrofoam mud, is what I call it. It's about 1/4 the weight of regular mud, and I'm not looking to bust my back on this one trying to pick it up, so I'll just throw a little on. All right, so this is dry now with the styrofoam mud on it. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna paint on as a bonding agent just some of the acrylic glue that's diluted already, and just as a bonding agent, because I'm gonna splatter coat with a pool deck brush, a splatter texture. Now this thing is what we call a pool deck brush. You dip it in the mud about like what you see there, and you splatter. Okay, so I've mixed up about a 3/4 full bucket. I'm not going to need that much, but to dip this in there, you want some material. This has got the sand, the cement, the S-type cement, and it's basically a 2-to-1 mix with the glue being diluted down 2-to-1, and that's my liquid. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stick this in here, and then we throw it back off to kind of unload it, and then we start to splatter. And it's a it may take about 2 or 3 passes to get the texture to where I want it, but I'm certainly not going to splatter wet into wet, because then it makes moon craters, and that's not the texture I'm after. This is, again, some of this down in here has been mud on the mud. Wet mud was splattered into wet mud, and it's got a little bit of moon cratering. The top is more what I'm looking for, but what I'm going to do is I've got about an 80% coverage right now. I can still see the rock underneath, and the idea is to get this thing to where it is not at all, you can't see like the blue area that you're seeing. That's the rock that's underneath. It's got the acrylic, and the acrylic's what's turning blue. It's a bluish green, but that'll kind of indicate to you that you're not at 100% coverage, and I want 100% coverage. So currently, that's about where we are, and I'm just going to let that dry for a little bit, mix this back up because it's going to get hard or thickened, and I'll add a little more acrylic to it and make it to the viscosity I want, and then we'll splatter it again. All right, this has been sitting for about an hour. It's about 42 degrees today, so it's not real going to set up, but with the glue, it sets up. Now, if I scratch this, I can see it's still wet, but it's enough to splatter again. Okay, so I've used about maybe 1/3 of a bucket on this so far, and I think I'm pretty much going to call that done. It's completely covered. There's no rock underlying. It's got a good rough texture, and usually after it's dry the next day, I'll knock it down just a little bit with a sanding disc in my hand. To where we knock it down. I'm always going to start on the very bottom and just literally rub down any roughness, knocking down the sand on the external part of the rock. Okay, these rocks are not bone dry. They'd probably be better to be. It's better to have them dry, because when you put this bonding agent on a dry surface, it sucks into the surface, and if its porosity is filled with water, it won't suck that, so it doesn't bond as well, frankly. So I'm just going to put this bonding coat on. Now the viscosity of this mud is like a paint, and what we're going to do is paintbrush this on and seal the surface against water intrusion. Also, we're giving it an outside garment that's synthetic. It's actually a plastic if you look at the acrylic, and it's no longer cement, and it's got no sand in it, so it's not going to ever produce effervescence. All right, so we got the 2 coats of hydroseal all completed. You know I said we're going to put another one on. I will. And as far as that, I'm done. I'm going to put these rocks out there on the side of the bank where the rock wall is, and this spring when I texture and repair those other ones, I'll stain it all together, I'll seal it all together, it'll be a done deal. But I wanted to show you the cardboard rock technology, and this is now done, a granite and more of a fractured rock. And there's a whole mirror of images that you can make with a lot of different techniques that I offer. So if you liked my video, please subscribe to my channel, share my videos, and like my videos. And if you need something, give me a call. I'm here. I just hope that you continue to watch my videos, and thanks for watching. Bye.